Coming to you from an assortment of basements around metropolitan Detroit, it's F&A with your host, Amy the Dream Master.
Hello, everybody. What is going on? And happy Friday evening. We're one week closer to Halloweeny.
Getting
Sorry.
close, yep. Yeah. Kid is wearing a costume. We must be getting close.
You know, I'm impressed. She did a very well job. My kids were like freaking out. They were like, "Oh my God, we want that costume!" And I'm like, "God damn you!"
It didn't take them that long. It wasn't simple, but it didn't take them that long.
Right?
I'm sure she could tell you all about how to do it, and you could spend hours doing that for your kids on a regular basis.
Right. Great.
They'll need one of everything. You have to make
everything.
A whole bunch of zombies, some Minecraft guys, and everything.
Well, the cool thing is they already got a couple of like the giant cardboard Minecraft heads, like the block heads.
Oh, okay, cool.
Patrick got one for his birthday, and Jason got one. So we've got those. They're good with Minecraft for now. But it's the Five Nights at Freddy characters because all the kids are scared of this game.
Yeah, my kid's not scared of it. He watches other people play it, so it's not really as effective, probably.
Right. I mean, I don't see it because I'll play it for them because they'll be like, "Help me with this level," and I'm like, "Ugh, I don't know how to play these damn games. Like, they don't make sense. What the fuck is the basis? You guys survive 5 nights at Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, and the animatronics, look out for them." But the kids are like, screaming and going nuts. And
little fuckers will take you back to the 80s with Chuck E. Cheese where they really had these things doing this stuff.
Exactly. And I told Patrick, I'm like, I can actually take you to the place because they have the original... Like, it's this place in Farmington Hills. It's called Marvin's Marvelous Mechanical Museum.
Right.
And it's an arcade. And
they have the old setup from one of the, was it Chuck E. Cheese or a Showbiz?
Chuck E. Cheese. It's from Chuck E. Cheese.
Cool.
Yep.
Major Magic used to have that set up, too. They had really cool stuff. And then people, they sold it off. But what are you going to do?
That's probably where he got it from. Maybe. Because I know he got a couple things from Major Magics. Because I remember going there.
If you go on YouTube, there's people who have purchased those things as places have gone out of business and reprogrammed their systems to be doing, gangster rap songs or whatever else. And there's a lot of funny stuff out there.
Right.
You see the Chuck E. Cheese band doing Little John tunes or something.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. That's people with computers and a lot of time can do all kinds of things now.
Right. Screw leaving the house. No, I want to take them there, but because I haven't been there in forever. I don't even think Emerson's been there. Maybe he had. I'm trying to remember if I took him there. I think I did, but
do they
either
have
way,
arcade
it's just
games there too?
Yeah, they've got old school. Like he's got all kinds of like old school pinball. Like the original, like Donkey Kong and Pac-Man, and there's new ones, and there's even like little kid rides and shit that you can win prizes with. And
now, do you remember when that stuff was available without having to go to a museum?
Right. This place has been there forever, though, because I went there in high school. It was like a cool place to go hang out in. So
it used to have weird things from the 60s and stuff, though. Now it has weird things
and
from
they
the
still
80s.
have a lot of that shit. It's just that place is so small, and there's so many antique, like, collectible toy things in there that it just gets overwhelming.
Well, it's like the kids now, you see that, what's that thing over there? Like, oh, that's called a pinball machine. If you actually have to push buttons and there's really a ball, it's not a screen with a ball that moves around. There's actually a ball in there that can move around.
Which is kind of funny because I was just watching, my kid had on, he was watching on YouTube. It's what the hell is the family's name? It's like I don't know, the Skylander kids or something like that.
Okay, I know you, the gamer family people, right?
Yeah, the gamer family. And with whatever. But they were playing
four Chads.
There's 3 kids and the mom and dad or whatever, but they have like every Skylander known to mankind. But they were playing that red ball game. And my kids have been like just recently downloaded that one, and that one's kind of tricky. That one was pissing me off. Like I had to finally give it back to him and be like, I can't do this. This is making me mad. I don't have the patience.
Right, say hello to Princess. Hello, Princess.
Hello.
Hello. She made it.
I made it. Yes, I'm here.
La la la. We were just talking about crazy video games that our kids play versus ours. And have you ever been to Marvin's Marvelous Mechanical Museum in Farmington?
No.
You've never been to that place?
Never been there.
Have you ever heard of it?
No.
Wow. See? I'm giving them an advertisement right now.
Come to Marvelous Marvin's Museum.
No. we do. They do birthday parties there.
Whoa.
What the hell was that?
Oh, that was my phone.
Sound effects and shit, dude. We're moving up the scale on our right?
They're going to charge us 3 cents for using that sound.
Right.
Oh my God.
It'll just be this muted spot after YouTube finds it. Like, you did not pay. They've tried to give me a copyright violation for your shocking Eric with the Bug Zapper video. I'm like, no, hold on a second.
Wait, no, that's ours.
I told them I was you, so they're thinking about if that's important enough or not.
Right.
Oh my
Better
goodness.
damn be. That's a classic.
I'm not gonna
That's
argue.
a classic video, and if that gets taken down, I will be chopping motherfucking heads off.
After I sent the thing and said, what this is us. I said, really, I'm arguing with them over 6 views. Who really gives a shit? Six views. So if you want to see that video before they decide whether it's taken down or not, you can be a rebel and get out there and see it right now because it's only about like 40 seconds long anyway.
But it's fucking hilarious. I still, every time I watch it, I just revert to that day because a lot of people, didn't get to witness it firsthand and see how it all played out to get to where we were. And then they didn't get to see where the racket went flying, which it went flying up over a balcony because they had like a balcony that looks down into their living room. And it flew down and landed on the couch. And when it hit the couch, it went off and it zapped the cat.
Oops.
So I ended up pissing my pants from laughing so hard. Literally, I peed my pants. It was because what had happened is I lost a bet or something like that. I don't even remember what the fuck I bet on, but it was something on the previous show. And because I lost it, I had to get shocked by this 1,000 volt electric fly swatter. So when Eric made me hold my hand out and he went to go hit my hand with it, it wasn't going off. So like a dumbass, this jackass is holding the button down and tapping on it, trying to get it to fucking work. And it just randomly sparked and it got him and the thing just fucking went flying. He was like, son of a bitch.
I would bet that you were touching 3 things at once. If you're touching 3, it's supposed to shut off and say, you're too big to be a fly. I'm not going to zap you. You're a finger or a child. But he was touching it so many times that at one point he hit 2 and it went off.
I know. It was fucking hilarious.
It's smart to a degree, but at some point you can override the safety features.
Right. So my unconscious will was actually being smart that night and kept me from being the dumbass. And Eric got a big fat dose of karma served to his ass.
Stop being a dumbass, Eric.
Damn you, Eric. As Red would always say. I don't even remember like his famous catch lines anymore from that show, that 70s show. I used to watch all of it. We
can't start talking about it because you know what's going to happen.
I know. I know exactly where it's going to go.
It all leads to Scarface.
It all leads to fucking Fez playing Scarface, doing a skating show. All right. So.
First you have the snow, now I'm on the ice. Good day.
There was actually something that I wanted to, that I'm kind of geeked that I just found out about. I was, prior to like prepping, getting ready for the show, I sat down because I heard my friend Karen had told me a little tidbit inside rumor to American Horror Story for this season, which I guess it's based off of H.H. Holmes, the first American serial killer based out of Chicago, where he had the American murder castle.
Uh-huh.
And he killed a range about 200 people. And he had the whole castle built and elaborate puzzles and stuff to trap the people in and blah, blah, blah. And it's matching up to go along with like the whole theme of what the Cortez is doing and stuff. And I guess they're signing up another season, and they're going to wrap it back to the very first original house. And they're bringing Jessica Lange back into it. Yeah. And Lady Gaga is already on board. They're filming the next season right now because they're going to drop it in February.
I guess whatever you saw and you sort of described in that first episode that made you say, whoa, has made a lot of people go, oh no. The ratings have been not so good.
That character's name is called the Addiction Demon.
Oh, jeez.
Go fucking figure. After the demonic dildo, then I watched that goddamn show, and I'm just like, holy fuck. And I seen that, and then I like watched, a YouTube video on like the little secrets and stuff, and I was like, that makes fucking sense. And of course, it wraps back down to the demonic dildo.
So we can go be writers for them. Pay us a bunch of money, we'll write that stuff for you.
We already had it.
It's like for a good 4 weeks, I was pretty sure that Last Week Tonight with John Oliver was listening to our show because everything we'd say, they'd come up with the next week. Like, hey, started sending him tweets. I'm like, look, guys, if you're going to use our stuff, at least give us credit,
Right.
I think I got blocked after that. Block. Hey,
well, at least you didn't get blocked. You didn't get blocked for the Obama invite, which I did not remember posting to that whole thing of you inviting Obama to come over and watch Spider-Man.
Hey, it's always a 1% chance that someone will go, oh, that's kind of a cool idea. I got nothing better to do. That's a good PR thing to do.
Let's go to Warren, Michigan, and sit in the basement.
He was here. He was going to be at the college, which is like 2 minutes away.
Oh,
so I was like,
okay.
Well, since you're here and you're going to be in town anyway, why don't you stop by?
And what did I say?
It would take you 2 minutes. I was hoping a limousine with some dudes in suits would pull up, but he had to go eat a hot dog at the American Coney or something. So.
Oh, he had to go be cool.
Well, I was giving him a chance to be cool, but he had to be cool for a wider audience.
Oh, that's what.
So you guys, you've only got so many people. Yeah, we didn't have our 1,000 whatever listeners were not as many as the probably 200,000 that saw them on the news
or more.
Nobody watches the news.
I don't ever. My kids take command of or my husband. I don't ever get to watch my shows until everybody's asleep. But I also want to go back before I lose this because my brain has been really, really bad because of this stupid shit that's going on with all this medication bullshit, which I'll get to in a little bit. But so it's like I'm like a weird drunken mess right now, and I'm not drunk. I wish I could. But they're actually going to be making a movie, and it's oh, goodness Lord, there goes my brain. Scorsese's going to be filming it with Leonardo DiCaprio, and he's going to play H.H. Holmes, and they're going to do a movie on the first serial killer in the murder castle. I wanted to throw that out.
Cool.
Which is kind of cool.
And then people are going to say, that rips off that series.
Right, exactly. I did learn, too, in that one. I guess they ripped it down. because they thought that it was just an eyesore, and because so many people had died and everything, so they knocked down and they built a post office over it, and then right across the street they built a police station. And I'm just like, wow, I'd love to work in that fucking post office. Not fuck a bunch of that. I don't want addiction demon dick to come and fucking get me.
That's the worst case of ADD possible.
Oh yeah, I know. That was.
Addictive demon dick. That's the worst.
I just noticed that. That's a good one. Okay.
The medication slows her down, guys. It's good.
Yeah, it is. It's been a rough week. It has. It sucks. I went in to the doctors on Tuesday because I had a sinus infection and I had a bladder infection. And they put me on one antibiotic, and I ended up having a really bad, severe allergic reaction to it. And so they thought that it would be wise to switch the antibiotics, and that should be good, and give me some steroids and Benadryl and run some IV and then call it good. And then I took the new one and it started another reaction.
Did you look like the blueberry girl in Willy Wonka?
No, I read. Remember? I told you I had a tomato face.
The tomato version of the blueberry girl, where they can roll you out of the room and do a little dance with some Oompa Loompas. Your kids could be Oompa Loompas. That's cool.
I didn't get to blow up, though. Like, my throat just kind of got tight, and, like, everything just started turning red and burning. Like, my finger was itchy, and then my neck was kind of itching, but that's about it. Everything else was, like, my heart was racing, and it was hard for me to breathe, and I was fucking freaking out. I was like, this is not goddamn cool. I've never had an issue to medication like this. So, and then not last night, but the night before, or it was the next morning, maybe yesterday morning. I don't even remember. I've been like in a weird confused state. People will talk to me and I'm not comprehending everything, and I'm all over the place and just making up random shit and toppling over. That's what I told Frank before. I'm like, dude, we can make this a fun episode. I'll just walk back and forth and see if I fall over and smash into a wall. Because all of a sudden I'll get dizzy and be like, whoa, okay.
Lack of sleep with one kid was responsible for that. You have two, so it could just be some of that.
Yeah, that too. The last couple of nights, neither of them have wanted to sleep, and there's stuff that's been lurking around in our house that I'm always, speaking about, and it's not, I don't know where the fuck it's coming from. I don't even know what it is, but it's not nice and it's not happy, and I don't want it scaring me or my kids, but my kids will not stay in their damn room. They keep coming into our room.
Well, and then their dad leaps into the bathroom and says "boo" and scares the crap out of you, and that doesn't help.
Kill his ass. I wanted to kill him. I scream fucking bloody murder. That asshole. I love you, but damn it. Fuck. Yeah, I was getting ready to go to the hospital, so I hopped in the shower really quick, and the kids jumped in, and he snuck in quiet. And I couldn't hear him because we're in a stand-up shower with two kids, and it's loud as fuck. And he jumped in and screamed boo and scared the living tossers out of us. I just screamed at the top of my lungs. I was like, you fucking asshole. You serious? Like, you're dead to me. You're dead. No, it was fun. I was able to laugh, so... There's been only one other time. At least he wasn't
streaming it on YouTube at the time or something.
Right, no.
Check this out, guys.
The only other time where I bet you that they wish they would have gotten me, because I scare easily when it comes to that. Eric, my old roommate and old friend and people that I did the other radio show with, but he got me good one night. And that's probably the worst that I've ever been freaked out on top of over haunted houses. But I went out on this date with this weird dude.
Not exactly a first.
No, that was not. I had numerous weird dudes, but this guy, no, I'm just joking. That just totally made me sound like a whore, but I'm not.
But a whore for weird dudes, so it's okay.
Right. No, we ended up nicknaming him the Magic Man because at this one party he like started pulling out all these weird magic tricks and doing that, and we were like, "What the fuck is this guy doing?" But I ended up going out on a date with him, and he was trying to teach me how to drive a stick. And it was a brand new 2009 Ford Mustang.
Hey, no one can see where this is going.
Oh yeah. I started out good, and then I had to go turn around and like go into reverse. And somehow like I got it stuck and I couldn't do it. So I slid over, he got in. And when he got in, I don't know what the fuck he did, but he ended up putting the damn rear end into the ditch.
Good job.
So, fine. Luckily, it's normal and it happens a lot or something. I don't know. But luckily, this big truck was coming by and they had a tow chain. So they helped us pull it out. And I was just like, okay, end wrap. This is the end of the day. I'm done. I already told you that I didn't want to learn how to drive, but he like pressured me into doing it. So I did it. And well, I had texted Eric and Jess, letting them know that I'm on my way. And Eric had came outside and hid in the car that was parked right outside the front gate. So I had to go past the car to get into the gate. And he waited just as I walked past, and he jumped out of the fucking car. I screamed so loud, I woke the kids up. I woke Jess up. The neighbors' lights turned on. And this was probably night or so, but that's how fucking loud. And the house was a good decent 50 yards from the driveway. And I woke both kids sleeping in there screaming. Oh yeah, we would do stupid shit to each other in that house like that. Like we got from our friend from Australia, he sent Eric this big giant blow up kangaroo. So we would constantly be hiding it on each other through the house, like whether it be we'd stick it in the shower so that when you went into the bathroom and looked in the mirror, there'd be this weird thing standing there, or we'd stick it underneath each other's beds. And so you'd go to lay down in your bed and then, you know, stupid shit like that just to fuck with each other. And then one night, Emerson came over with his friend Chris. He grabbed him. We were pulling foam pranks and shit on his ass. And Eric hid underneath the stair and grabbed Chris's leg, trying to pull him through the stairs. And oh yeah, we were. It was fun. You have to keep yourself entertained when you live in a fucking infested house of fucking horrors.
Yeah, that should keep you entertained all by itself at that point.
Oh, it did, on a whole new level. Trust me. Stay tuned for within a year or so. I'll have a book dropped about it. So
it's like we used to spend, months having to plan those House of Horrors setups and stuff, and you have it all set up for free.
We had it set up free for over a year. It comes with your own exorcism too.
Oh man.
Actually, two attempts and 2 house cleansings. And trying to get several demonologists to come, and every time somebody that would come that would want to help, for some strange reason, something odd would happen to them and they wouldn't be able to come. We had 3 different occasions where we had a reverend set up to come to the house and travel from a far distance, which is not an uncommon thing to hear about when you're dealing with a demon. But yeah, that was fucked up. I lived in a house with a demon dick. Fucking goddamn.
Somewhere out there, Gene Simmons is registering a trademark right now. Oh yeah.
It's like, fuck yeah. Everyone's getting rich off of us, Frank. What the fuck, man? Why ain't we getting rich?
It'll have a huge kiss tongue attachment, though. I don't know what the deal is with that. It's a scary thing. Everything has to have his face on it, So
that makes it worse.
You don't want to put his face too close to any part of you. It's not cool.
No, it's not.
He's kind of creepy and old and not good.
No, that's not
I like
good
his
style.
Music. I don't like that guy. Now, I used to like that guy before I knew who that guy was. Yeah. He's listening right now. He's like, hold on, you son of a bitch. I'm going to call right now. I'm pretty sure he's not, so I'm okay. But somewhere out there, Gene's people are about to sue.
Oh, shit. I don't have that kind of money.
Next week, it'll be Kiss Presents F&A. every third minute, we'll have to stop and mention a Gene Simmons project. Available now. Gene Simmons' new book.
Available now. Get them while you can.
Yeah, I stopped supporting him a while ago, unfortunately. But his stuff in the 70s, I'll still say is still cool.
I kind of lost interest. Like, I watched his show, TV show, up until they stopped.
Yeah, well, they have half of Kiss is fill-in replacement Kiss in other guys' makeup,
right?
And the other half had such extensive facelifts that they look like old Jewish ladies,
right? Which.
Hey, hello.
Hey.
Sorry, everything just got completely derailed there because I wasn't expecting things that just went on here. So, sorry about that, guys. Oh, we lost Amy somewhere. That's what happened.
That's okay. She'll be back, I'm sure.
Yep.
Oh. Is Skype not liking us tonight?
Could be. Who knows?
Who knows?
Funky stuff. Oops. There we go. Do. It's the magic of being live. It's all good.
Is she back?
Not yet, but you'll know it because you'll hear her voice.
Oh, okay.
She'll probably be
trying to
singing it soon. There she is.
I lost you guys. I don't know what happened.
I don't know.
I went away.
Oh.
Gene Simmons cut us out. That's what happened.
That's what it was.
It was Gene
The guys
Simmons.
are angry at us.
Good. It's a good thing because I took like a little mini eating session break there, so I'm glad that it cut out, and you missed my eating session. And
Did you have something good?
Just mac and cheese. I had to eat something so I could take medicine on a non-empty stomach form.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sick of it. Mm-mm. I'm over this shit. Sorry. I got a zombie birthday party I gotta go to tomorrow, god damn it.
For kids or for an adult?
Yeah. It's for Denise's son's birthday. It's I think his 8th or 9th birthday. I think it's his 9th. Yeah, they're doing it at her house there in Redford.
Cool.
So, see stuff on. Yeah, she was going to have it at Selfridge Air Force Base at the museum. And I'm like, Denise, I'm going to be the only one that can get onto base without any problem. Everybody else is going to have to stop, get out of their car, check everybody in, fill out paperwork. They're going to have to show their driver's license and a fucking birth certificate or a passport or something like that. I'm like, do you know how big of a pain in the ass that's going to be? Because it's not like back in the day where you can just show your license and get onto the base, like with the higher security risk. Even with my military thing, they'd probably still check everybody in the cars just to make sure that they're Michigan people or whatever, residents. So I talked to her about it. I was like, I don't think that this is a good idea. Plus, it's like forever a million miles away. That's out past you, way past where you're at, Frank. Jesus, that was out by where you used to live.
Going out to where? The Air Force Base?
Yeah, the Air Force Base.
Yeah, it's another 20 minutes out past here.
At least. So that's like almost an hour. It's an hour plus drive. I know that. It's got to be from Redford. Or at least for me, where I'm coming from in Inkster.
Yeah, it's all the way to where you used to have to come see me, plus another 15 minutes. Another 15
minutes on top of that. So I sat her off to the side and was like, maybe you should reconsider this and rethink it. And then like a week later, she changed it and was like, all right, even though my kid doesn't watch like The Walking Dead or anything, he wants to have a zombie-themed birthday party. So dress your kids in whatever if they want to dress up. And I'm like, oh, I'm in. I'm dressing my boys up. No problem. I got the makeup ready. Now I just got to figure out what Jay is going to wear. And he's like, I want to be Daryl. And I'm like, I don't have time to make a Daryl costume. Like, if you would have told me maybe like 2 weeks ago, I would I would have figured out something for him, because shit, Daryl's not even wearing his signature outfits anymore in this new season. So I'm like, I'd just find a black coat and some black pants and a wig or something, scruffy ass looking wig, and
give him a blue shirt and a chainsaw, and he can be Ash.
all right. Or just put a hockey mask on him and let him be himself.
Right, he'll be Lil Jason.
Right.
Like, remember there was Little Archie? They used to have like the mini version of Archie and all his friends. This will be Lil Jason. It'll be him and a mini Freddy and a mini Michael, and they'll have little comic adventures about killing things.
Oh yeah, that'd be kind of cool.
You can already see the cute line of toys, like the little Funko Pops with the little...
right.
You can see how cute the toys would be. We're being sued. It's the second time we're being sued tonight. Maybe the third, actually, if we get it for using the piece of the ringtone or whatever popped up there.
Oh.
We're on a roll tonight. Burn it down, bitches.
Well, you can't take money we don't have, so if they want to sue, then they have to publicize, and then we would have money. So it's a big circle of entertainment.
Right. So this is how we get rich. We just sit here and just talk about other people's shit like that, and then maybe hopefully get sued and be like, fuck you. You can't sue us.
The way to the top, get sued.
Come on now. That's got to be a brilliant idea.
These days, I don't know what the people that the kids watch, they're literally a guy screaming about how bad he sucks at a video game that is made for a much smaller, younger person.
Right.
And they have 3 million subscribers.
They're pretty big, yeah.
Millions of subscribers. The guys are making millions of dollars a year at that level.
Oh yeah.
For doing their half an hour a day or whatever, or maybe even less, or some maybe more. But for doing something they would do in their free time anyway.
They're doing well off.
Now it's a job.
That's for sure, right?
And that's great. And I don't understand how people go from the level of this is some kid in his room with his camera on YouTube to having 4 million subscribers. What's the intermediary step there? Where do they start at?
Right, exactly. I want to know, because I know that they're getting paid endorsements through some of these companies, like with the Skylanders.
Oh, yeah.
Unless he works for that company.
Well, the game companies now pay the top few guys just to say put his quote on the box or on the ad or whatever.
Well, I know that they've got to be getting ad paid.
Who gives a shit what PewDiePie thinks, but some kids apparently do care enough that they will spend money based on what the dude says. So there you go. Right.
Oh, yeah. My kids now, they want to buy all the Shopkins because they watched a goddamn episode of them giving his son like over 100 of them little containers of Shopkins for his birthday. And they made a big giant, they laid them all out on a table and made a big giant cake made out of Play-Doh and covered all the Shopkins up, and then brought them in and made them sing happy birthday, and he started ripping them all off, and my kids were like, we want those. And I'm like, God damn it, no. They're just going to end up all over my fucking house. No. You just want it because they have it. You're not allowed to. No, you're not getting the Skylanders because those things are too fucking expensive. Actually, they're not too bad.
Well, once you start, they become bad rapidly.
They're addictive.
Right. I don't think I would. Yeah. And me being like the weirdo collector.
Yeah.
I'd probably go fucking bonkers.
Well, even if there was just those, but there's Skylanders,
there's all of those.
There's Infinity, there's Nintendo Amiibo. Now there's Lego.
There's the
Dimensions.
Lego. That's the one that they want, is the Lego Dimensions, because it's got the Batman, it's got Ghostbusters, it's got every fucking thing. Like they seen that.
It looks super cool, but the game's $100 because you have to have the play set that starts it off. Or
right,
whatever.
You have to have the starter kit.
Unlocking all the individual, there's some stuff built into the game, but to unlock more, Ghostbusters, you need to spend $39 on a Ghostbusters set, and to unlock more Back to the Future, it's $39 more bucks, and if you want the characters that go with that, it's another $16. It's something like $4,800 if you want to unlock everything in the game.
He had, because we were watching the Skylanders, and they had that too. They had the Lego Dimensions, and they just opened, they had a Homer Simpson. That was what it is. He opened that up, and he had to actually put it together because it's the Lego.
Right.
And
That's
you put
cool.
the Lego together and shit. That's kind of cool. That I would actually spend the money on because you know that shit's going to be worth a lot of money. But yeah, after everything's said and done, $4,800, like that's a fucking used car. I could be getting or something, you know?
Right.
Well, that's
That's
for
a fucking,
the
that's our,
extreme, but if someone wanted
that's our,
everything, but a lot of kids like to get 100%, and then there's that one thing they're just, I didn't get this because we didn't buy this,
yeah, no, sorry. But I'm like that. I would be like that because I'm a weirdo OCD when it comes to, just because I'm a toy collector. I can't have, if I'm going to start a set, goddammit, I want the whole damn set.
Of course.
If it's not a completed set, fuck it. It's no good.
They make that hard a lot now too, with the chase figures,
Right.
And 1 in 100s and stuff like
right.
that. Like, well, if you have one that costs 10 times more than the rest, just forget it. And sometimes they're ridiculous. Like, oh, this figure's $800 if you want it. No, I'm good.
Yeah, I don't have
$800 figure. I'm going to buy some 70s Mego figures or something, not something
exactly
from today.
And I could get a lot of shit for $800 from stuff that I want, opposed to.
That's like 200 used Iron Sheik dolls.
Right. I wouldn't want 200 Iron Sheik dolls. I would take one, but
it would be cool though. We could make a cartoon that's like the Smurfs. There'd be a whole village of Iron Sheiks.
Iron Sheiks.
The Sheiks.
And we get sued again.
They would not be polite to one another.
No, they would. They'd be like, "I fuck you in the fucking ass, you fuckers."
And then there would just be Papa Sheik. It would be the regular Sheik, only he'd have a gray beard instead of a dark mustache.
Dark mustache.
I don't know where the Sheikette is coming from, though.
Right? Is there a girl?
Could Gargamel be Hogan? Or we're not supposed to talk about Hogan, but he could be Hogan from the 80s before he said whatever stupid thing he said there.
Oh, yeah.
I guess he could be Macho Man. That'd be fine, too.
No, Hulk Hogan seems better. Just because he
looks more like Gargamel. He's got the bald head.
Yeah, he does. He's got the bald head. He's already got like the Fu Manchu, like. Well, Gargamel didn't have. Did he have a mustache? No.
No, but he had that orange grubby cat, and the orange grubby cat could easily be Hulk Hogan's defaced mustache, just running around.
Right there, you go.
This is the mustache with a mouth that talks, and it won't have a body. It'll just be able to move like the brain in the Ninja Turtles. Well, I guess he kind of needed a fake body, so maybe Hulk Hogan's distended mustache will grab a fake robot body at some point in this series. And you're the one who's medicated, so I don't know where this is all coming from.
I don't know.
This is just natural. It is ridiculousness. Now, the Iron Sheik, he won't sue us. He might call us up and ask to be on the show. That we can do.
That would be cool.
But we're not going to ask Greg the Hammer Valentine because he doesn't leave once he shows up.
Yeah, you said that. You've mentioned that before on our podcast. So. Yep. And that's scary.
He's a good guy.
I don't know if I would be able to handle that.
Most of those guys are good guys. There's a couple that were dickheads, but most of those guys, if you run into them anywhere, if they're being dickheads to you, they're probably in character.
Gotcha.
There's a few, though, who are just honestly dickheads.
Okay.
You'll know them if you find them, too.
Right. Yeah, there's always got to be a good dickhead in there every once in a while. Wouldn't be life.
Yeah, I like it every once in a while. I mean,
that's what she said. That was funny. I had to say that comment. I commented on like some random person's thing in the Walker Stalkers like Facebook page that I'm in. Somebody posted this thing and it says American Horror Story versus The Walking Dead. And I was like, yeah, somebody was like, I go both ways. And I saw it and I'm like, that's what she said. Put it in there. I was like, sorry, I had to. If anyone says stuff like that, you got to. Like, you just left yourself open for that. You left yourself vulnerable. You got to be careful of what you're saying.
Stay out with the seasons.
Oh, I know. Oh, I get to tonight's C Nation. Woohoo! Ooh, I got a zombie show tonight to watch.
Is there one on every day now?
Pretty much. If you really want to look at it that way, there is, because there's one that it's called The Strain. That's like a zombie one that's going on. I started to watch it, but I'm like, I got so many goddamn other movies or TV shows. We say it all the time. So I'm like, nope. Oh, I did want to talk about Scream Queens.
Okay.
Since we were kind of talking about it earlier, but no one was on.
Hey,
no one could hear us.
They registered the trademark for season 2. It's summer camp. So we know what's coming next. Yeah.
Well, didn't you say they already did a reference to it?
Well, they did a sleepaway camp thing, yeah. But the summer camp is the next season, so it's going to be all kinds of Friday the 13th references and stuff.
Oh yeah, that's good. I don't know. I mean, to me, like I got agitated at last week's episode, just for the pure fact of, I mean, it was funny because the good old Chad and his character, it's truth or dare. There's no lies. There's no lies. But my husband watched it for the first time, and I was irritated because it took literally almost 30 minutes for the Red Devil to show up. So to me it was kind of dragging, and I understood that they were building the plot, but I'm just like, come on already. Like, let's get over this shit.
30 minutes real time, like while you were watching it? I didn't really notice that badly, but
it's probably about 15-20 minutes, I want to say, is when he finally
I skipped the commercials, so I don't know if
I skipped the commercials too. I fast forward because I pre-tape it.
Yeah, depending on how they add those in, sometimes it makes it play out differently, but
yeah,
but sometimes they have to explain stuff, so there's always exposition moments.
This was more of an I think,
kind of killed three people in that episode.
Yeah, they did. They did a good job. I laughed my ass off when he threw the bat down on the armless dude, and then
four people. I forgot about that guy.
Yeah, and he was like, climb the ladder, and he's got no fucking arms. So the Red Devil, he chopped his head off with the axe or whatever the hell
with a mighty golf swing. So I wondered which guy that he was. One of two guys right there.
Right.
And I think one of those two guys was actually there. So of the three who we know can do that, there was only one not seen. So that was probably him.
Mm-hmm. Thought so.
But we already know he's up to no good. So
right. Roger got killed with Chanel in the closet where Chanel survived, which I was like, okay, why didn't it take both of them out? Why didn't it take just her? If they were after the Kappa girls, but he killed one of the Dickies. So I was just like, okay. I don't know. I like it, but I was kind of irritated where I'm like, come on already. But I was also like in a frazzled state of crazy anaphylactic shock or something.
Yeah, that could make a difference too.
Yeah, I was getting irritated at everything. Like I couldn't even have people touching me.
Stop touching me!
Yeah, it was.
To the bright voice.
When you're right. When you're stop it, no touching. Good old the brick. Yeah, anytime the kids would and they kept getting up, and I'm like, fucking A, just somebody shoot me. Literally.
That won't help.
No, that wouldn't, but I'm over it.
You just have a new pain to deal with.
Right. Well, not really, if I didn't live through it.
Wow, then you don't know.
But, yeah, then I wouldn't know. But then I'd have to leave my family, so I don't want to do that. That's sad. That's a Debbie Downer subject. Let's not talk about that. Right? On a more positive, lighter note, I got a funeral this week to go to, too. Dun, 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 dun. Another one.
You got one like every week. What the heck?
I know. It's fucking crazy. This is my second.
I don't know if I want to be friends with you.
This is my second one this month. but it's not the third.
bad.
I know there was 3 this month of people that had passed away that I knew of, but I only have to go to 2 funerals.
Nice.
Yeah, but it's been good since last year. Like, this is the first major one in a year, so that's a good one. But it was my dad's sister's husband. And it's his only sister that she has remaining left, and she's all by herself now with her son, not living too far from her, but we have to go up to Battle Creek. So I'm like, oh, can we make a trip and squeeze in a tour to the Kellogg factory?
Do they still do it? Somebody said they don't do those anymore.
I don't know. I don't know if they do or not, but that'd be kind of cool.
I'm pretty sure they don't do them for schools and stuff anymore. They might still have occasional, if you get the right, I think it's, at the right time of day kind of thing, but they don't have them open like they used to. You
open
check
to the
before
public.
you go. Yeah.
Right.
Probably with kids' allergies and stuff now can't let them in.
It had something to do with it, with the wheat and stuff, yeah.
Right. I mean, they're using wheat, nuts, all the shit that kids are allergic to nowadays.
Yeah, Patrick's allergic to peanuts, but his is only ingestible. His isn't like airborne or anything like that.
Oh,
that's good. That makes sense. That makes sense. But still, like, I would love to.
You might get over that later too if it's just that way. So that's cool.
Yeah, it wasn't super severe when he was first diagnosed, and he was 2 when we caught that because he was having a bunch of issues and getting sick all the time. So I took him in, and the doctor finally was like, let's have him tested, like at least with these certain food groups, because it was all food connected, what was going on, because he kept vomiting like randomly. And so the doctor was like, all right, let's do this. And it ended up being peanuts, egg whites, soy, and dairy. And
other than that, he's fine.
He's outgrown all of them but the peanut.
Oh. Well,
and picked up red dye, and then picked
Mine
up.
has that too, and nobody seems to think that's really a thing. But every time he eats it, he turns into a dickhead for several hours.
Yeah, and he gets very sick too.
Yeah,
or he'll usually
and pukey and all that kind of good stuff.
Pukey and all that stuff.
Is it the same sort of like that, like the cherry Kool-Aid red, like the brightest red?
Yep. He can't do like fruit punch,
which I think is red number 5 or something like that. But
yeah.
Now, I wonder if that's the same stuff that they used to take. Remember when we didn't have red M&Ms as a kid because there was a red dye that was banned, and then they said later that it's okay now, and now the kids are sick again. Is that the same dye?
Exactly. Yeah,
maybe it's not safe again.
Yeah, I try to keep him far away from red anything.
Which is hard to do because they color everything red now.
Everything. Yeah, it sucks. So he's been good since then, since we've figured everything out. And now it seems like I'm like, well, if he outgrew everything else, maybe he's outgrown it. So let's have him tested. And I tried to have him tested, but the doctor was a retard and didn't know how to do the testing right. And she's like, he's not allergic to anything. And I'm like, how? This kid's always allergic. He's my kid. I'm allergic to... Like Emerson said it best today. He's like, we need to put a what pills can I not take like section, and like what can I not have around me because I'm allergic to so many things. And so is he. So both my kids got like fucto-lucto whammy with allergies. And then you live in the state of Michigan on top of it.
There's not really a good state. You could try to go where it's dry or something, but then you just wind up allergic to something else.
Yeah, because when I moved down south, I will say this, like, it was good until a certain time. I think I want to say maybe like June, like in the springtime. Like, that was when it was. It was May. I got there in May. So May, June, July, I was hit up. And then the following year, when for the next spring, that I was hit up again. And there would be mornings you would come outside and everything would be coated in a layer of pollen. Like your car would be all green, your house would be green.
Always fun.
And I'm just like, oh, fuck, what is this shit? And I mean, I tried everything. Over the counter, going to the doctors and doing prescription strength allergy shit, nothing was working. And then I finally just got used to it.
Then I tried advanced strength something. Are you
Emerson was even trying to get me to, he was like, just snort vinegar and water. And I'm like, snort it? Like, how is
What is
snorting
that, a nasal
vinegar and
douche?
water?
What are we doing? Nose douche from men. Yeah.
Summer's Eve, nasal douches. And we're getting sued again.
Could be a market for that. Lady J has joined us as well.
Hello, everybody.
Oh, hello.
I'm overloaded with chicks. They're just like, they're surrounding me.
Frankly,
I guess that could be a good thing. It could be a bad thing. It just depends on your perspective. Ow. See, it's a bad thing already.
You're just going to dig yourself into a hole there, buddy.
Yep.
I was in a hole. I live in a basement. What's the problem?
I know.
Yep.
I do have to say hats off to the costume. My kids were very impressed, and now they want me to make them fucking shit, and they're like, she did it. It looks super easy.
I actually had a dream years ago that I did paper mache for something. And so that's where I got the idea. Yeah, so it was this dream I had years ago. And then I was like, hey, because I bought him this fox mask. And he's like, no, that's not right. That's not right. I was
that's not right.
How am I going to make this thing? And then I was thinking, paper mache. And then as I was doing it, I was like, I dreamt this not that long ago, so it was really weird. As I was doing
you were having a deja vu.
I was having a complete deja vu while I was doing it, but it came out really cool. We did go to Trunk or Treat a couple hours ago, and he couldn't see through the eye holes though, so I had to make them a little bit bigger. But I think they're gonna work for tomorrow's Trunk or Treat. So.
Right. See, you guys got a lot of those. Like, we don't have too many of those around here.
Well, it's
I got a couple people looking for trunk or treats up here, but we're in the ghetto.
Yeah,
so
see,
you really don't want to trunk or treat in the ghetto.
We live right by the city hall, so there's every event that goes on right there we can just walk to, so it's really nice.
Right. Hey, kids, let's go check out these real zombies.
Well, you should have come. There was a zombie walk last week.
Oh, you should have told me.
Oh, well, I thought you might have seen it on my page because I did share. Yeah, it was the zombie walk for the Relay for Life.
Nobody looks at your page.
Okay.
Nobody looks at anybody's page. Whatever stuff pops up, that's what's there because it tells 1% of what people post shows up on everybody's things because you don't pay for their ad process. That's kind of
or
a
you
big
don't
goofball
follow
now.
that.
Right.
Yeah.
If you don't,
you're only allowed to follow
say,
certain people.
Yeah. It doesn't work like it used to.
They've changed everything, and it pisses me off.
That's why. If you want more of your friends to see this post, promote it for $5. Like, no, I don't care that much.
Right. Not that big of a deal. I'm not sweating the small stuff,
let's
dude.
promote this album
thank
sale. It'll cost $5 to promote the sale of the album, and we'll make $3 back. No thanks. The
We
modern
need to
music
figure this
business
out.
if you're not a teenage boy or girl.
That's a bunch of bullshit.
Well, look, we were looking at stuff. We were
I
talking
call
about the
malarkey.
70s. Look at the 70s, like the charts, and just look at maybe the top, even the top 10 people, and like, okay, there's some 70s boy, long-haired dudes and stuff, but then there's, all these like, 35-year-old guys with mustaches and shit, and it's like, wow, none of these guys would get a deal anywhere in the business today because they're all old and weird and ugly.
Right.
But most of the music that you like comes from old, weird, and ugly dudes. Or ladies.
I like old, weird, and ugly 80 dudes, and
sure.
I like some of the stuff. Like, I do.
Like,
I gotta
nobody's
say,
signing those guys
of
today, though. Like,
One Direction.
Right.
One Direction, they're like 18-year-old boys, aren't they?
No, they're in their 20s, 21.
Yeah,
well, they
but when
started
they
off at
started,
like 16,
they were,
17, 18.
I'm talking about somebody going out and like, signing a band that's people our age, or like going and signing my uncle's band.
Yeah,
because
that
they
would
play
be like
good
we're
music
Old
and-
Man
but
Magoo.
they
We
look
might as
old,
well, right? We might as well change our band name to Old Man Magoo and just ride with it.
Right, exactly. Like, oh, you're over 18, you're too old. It's like, it's like Jedi. You're too old to start if you're over this age, I guess. I don't know.
That's malarkey.
It works the same way for the women, though. There's not going to be some, where they have a 50-year-old lady up there singing her ass off. They'll let her sing it, and then they'll put a 20-year-old girl in the video and call it a day, like CNC Music Factory.
Oh yeah.
Put the skinny girl in the video, have the fat lady singing. Come on. They should have known it was over. The fat lady was singing. Come on.
Right. And it's over. That's funny.
They got Milli Vanilli.
Boom, boom, shh. Yeah. And there's another one.
Which one's dead, Millie or Vanilli? Whichever one's left is actually singing now and sounds pretty good. Like they could have just let him sing in the first place. Okay, they could have let him just go and he would have been fine.
Right.
Now it's him and the ghost of the other dude. It's not as good a team.
The ghost of his other twin. That wasn't really his twin.
But no, he's not wearing the dreadlocks and jumping around grabbing his crotch anymore. He just stands there and sings.
Oh, I used to love that. I had the first album and I would play it over and over all the time on a cassette tape. That's true.
They didn't get a second chance.
It's true. Ooh, 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 I love you.
That eventually made that guy kill himself because of the dat tape
that
skipped.
Song.
And girl, you know it. Girl, you know it. Girl, you. And then they're on stage for like 35 seconds as it does that, and they did it about 8 times before they knew they looked too stupid to keep it up. Like that's the end of your career.
Right. Wah, wah,
but then they
wah.
got blamed for that and took the fall for an entire industry of people who were doing the same thing and
who
continued to do it
and
to
still
this
do
day.
it. Right. Britney Spears fucking does it all the time.
Well, who was it? Was it Ashley Simpson who did it on Saturday Night Live?
And then she just looked at the thing and said, fuck, and walked away. Yeah,
that was Ashley Simpson. She bombed bad on that. I felt so bad for her when that happened. I just laughed. I was like, that sucks. Go back home.
They all do it. That's how it goes. But,
Well, especially if you're going to be dancing like that, you got to be fucking in breath to be able to sing. That takes a lot out of you. I know my fucking ass would be able to get up there and sing and dance at the same time. I'd be like, give me another cigarette and a beer.
Right, but the concept, even on the records, most of those people don't sound like that. So even when you're listening to them sing, you're not really listening to them sing. You're listening to their process. So if you're listening to their process when you see them live, what you're really paying for is the act of the entertainment, not so much the obvious, not live singing.
Now, here's a question. Did Madonna really sing, or did she lip sync?
She does both.
She does. I swear she does both, yeah.
But if you, Barbra Streisand is not going to lip sync. She's also not going to bust any moves.
Right.
Right. Bette Midler doesn't. She doesn't lip sync.
No,
but these are classic women.
She's not really
doing
dancing
old lady
and doing
dance.
all the crazy dances either.
I love Bette Midler. God damn her.
Yeah, you can tell. Who's that chick? The chick that is big now, Adele. She's going to sing. She's not going to dance. She's going to sing. But
she's back. I think she just dropped another album or is in the process, and she's coming to tour.
You get the other chick, the big chick with the all about the bass. She's going to try and dance.
Meghan Trainor.
Not going to sing.
Right.
The more processed they sound in the first place, the more likely it is to be a recording when you see them live.
Right.
But so what?
Who cares? Whatever. As long as I'm not paying $1,000.
Right.
What's up, buddy?
Though I did hear the Paul McCartney concert was amazing.
My friend Shannon was there.
See, he's going to sing.
Right.
And it sometimes won't sound great, and it'll be still him singing, so okay. They're not going to auto-tune Paul. It's just not gonna sound
actually, my friend was at that concert. She was on main floor, and she fucking saw somebody with a Team Rick sign, and she took a picture of it, and I was like, that's badass. I'm like, they're Team Rick. I'm like, that's awesome. I'm like, I'd have been there with the Team Daryl. She paid a lot for those tickets too. She paid like $300 a pop or $400 for her seats, something like that each, and it was her and her friend.
Those are regular ones. Those weren't killer seats or anything. Those were just good seats.
Yeah, she was she was already in trouble for purchasing them, let's just say. She's like, I'm gonna get my ass chewed out for this one, but fuck it, I gotta go see him. And I've already seen him. I actually got to see him with my mom.
Cool.
So, that was 25 years ago or something. Was when I seen him, or around there. He was at the Palace.
Yeah, he comes around a decent amount of time. It doesn't take too long between his visits. But he's getting old, so you never know.
Yeah.
All those dudes, it could be their last one anytime.
Right.
Anytime now.
And they could also be going 20 years from now still. And
he's going to be like Keith Richards.
Right. Well, he could still be going 20 years from now. He'll be 98 years old up on stage.
Probably will.
He'll keep going after he's dead.
It'll just be a skeleton with a bandana, a cigarette, and a guitar. And Johnny Depp to put his bones on the stand.
I've seen him and Mr. Manson doing a lot of shit together lately.
Yeah, they hang
Mr.
out.
Johnny Depp.
Some of those guys in Hollywood there.
Yeah, he's been on the stage a couple of times to play with him, and I'm like, I just want to be there. Why can't I be there? I would die.
Well, then I guess it's good you're not there.
Right.
They're saving your life by not inviting you to the party.
They gotta invite me. If you're listening, please invite me.
Let's go road trip.
Just make sure you include the plane ticket and spending money, and you put me in a hotel or something. All expenses, inclusive into it. Trip for two.
They don't have that kind of money.
Yes, they do.
Maybe.
Johnny Depp
definitely does.
Yeah, Johnny Depp does.
Not the money. Motherfucker's loaded, dude. He ain't going anywhere for any.
He's good, but he's not allowed to spend that on that.
Yeah.
But Manson, he can't afford to be putting people up in hotels. He's got to rent to pay.
Right.
I've got bills.
Oh, maybe his movie "Don't Be a Martyr" will be a success, and then he'll bank on it. And
I'm sure he'll start doing that and make
be
that
the next
his new career and
new
starting
career
now and moving forward. If he likes it and he looks like he can do it, they'll do it.
Yeah, it looks like a decent movie. I mean, I don't know when it's supposed to come out, but everything that I've looked up into it and seen the pictures of, like on Instagram and stuff like that, it looks interesting. So we'll have to wait and see, I guess. Yay!
Yeah, well, unless it's one of those things that he has you waiting 14 years and it's still.
You're right. I've been waiting for about that. Jesus Lord. The hell?
So where's that Hollywood movie?
Right, that's what I've been waiting for, because I know that he had it written, but maybe after the Columbine he just like scratched it, because he did get pretty beat up for that.
He lost his funding, but he could, now he needs to make money again. It's a good time to go back to that old project.
Right, I would freaking drop to see it. Damn it.
Maybe when it's 20, he'll do that for the anniversary thing.
There you go. That's only a couple years away.
It's not that far off.
Yep.
Yeah. I got the tarot cards that they were giving out. They had a special deck of tarot cards with him on all of them.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, it is. It's fucking cool, and I got it. It's very rare. It's a very rare set. So that's one of the things where I'm like, should I always keep this in my purse just in case I ever run into him? And then you wonder why I carry such a big ass fucking purse.
It's got a book bag. It's good.
Yeah. Well, when you got kids, you need something big. And if you don't want to carry an extra like diaper bag, then you might as well just get a big ass purse and just dump everything in there and then dig. As I'm pulling a hamburger out and like odd shit, and people are looking at me like, where the fuck is this coming from? Don't worry.
Yeah, mine's old enough now I can now downsize a little bit. But.
Right. I can't wait.
Well,
What's
now
that
he's
shit?
got 55 pockets of his own, so he's good.
Right.
Yeah,
What was that damn game show back in the day, like in the 70s and 80s, where people would dress up in the crowds like in costumes? Is it the
not Let's Make a Deal?
Yeah,
it was. Let's Make a Deal. Yeah.
Yeah, and they would go up to like random women and be like, "What's in your purse?"
That was
and
an
they'd
awesome
be like,
show.
I loved that show. And they were like, pick the 3 curtains and you can get this or a chicken egg or whatever.
It's a donkey.
RV, like a donkey. And I'm like, this show is awesome. Like,
see, and I was sitting there like, hey, I like the donkey.
Right. I just thought it was funny when the people got the donkey and stuff because I'm like, you jackass. You just traded him behind door number 1 for a donkey. You could have gotten an RV camper or a brand new washer and dryer, but you got the donkey.
Why don't you get an RV camper with a donkey? Because that would be cool.
Right.
Just teach the donkey how to drive, and then you've got a 70s TV show.
Or really, really bad porn.
No, that's true. They had BJ and the Bear. You got like TJ in the ass, and he's driving a big rig truck down the freeway in 1979.
Oh shit. Yeah, that show and Supermarket Sweep. I don't know why, but I loved that show. Like, I wish they still would do something like that. I would love to walk up into a grocery store and all of a sudden they're like, "Woo, you're won a grand prize game of..."
I always wanted to win the Toys R Us sweepstakes that they used to
Which
have.
one?
The Toys R Us sweepstakes where you could win.
Go in with
the shopping cart and grab all the toys. I always wanted to win that.
Oh, I'd go nuts. I'd just stick my arm out and be like, cleaning the shelves off.
Now it's not as cool because Toys R Us doesn't really have toys anymore. So
they specifically excluded the video game and electronics aisles from those because when I was a kid, the plan was always to run down that aisle with all the tickets and throw one of each game's ticket in the thing, but then forget that because you're running down anyway, so you might as well grab the whole fistful every time you pull, so you wind up with like 1,000 games. They're not going to give them to you.
No.
So that every kid had that plan in like 86, and we all had to give up when we read the small print.
No.
Because we were the nerds who read the small print of, toy store contests in 1986 and went, look at this shit. Oh, come on, man. Well, all right, well, fine. We're going to have to take all the G.I. Joes, then we're good.
Right. Only one of each. You know how hard this is? One of each. I can't just stick my arm out and just clean the whole shelf.
Right.
What the fuck? This is no fun.
Well, they knew how much stuff a kid could pile into a basket and still push it.
When it comes to toys, there is no strength greater than
you'd have that one dumbass kid that would go try and like shove a bike and a huge ball and like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Why don't you go get a football and some, playing cards, you retard. Oops.
That would be my
one of my
kids.
We could say that back then. We're not supposed to say that now.
Yeah.
Oops. I said it already, but
that's
I said
one of those things. Yeah, that was a word that was okay, and now is not. So
now it's not. But I've got a son with special needs, so
you can say it.
I don't know. Like
now that's my word. I can claim that again.
Yeah. I am allowed to say it. No, I try not to call people that. I really do. I'm very cautious of it because that was one thing I'm like, everyone's like, I sure in the hell hope that you don't ever have a kid that's like that. And look what happened.
Well, it's a holdover. Like I say, that you can watch old shows of that were very, G-rated TV shows and hear somebody call them that on TV, It was a standard insult back then, but now it's... It
was. And you know how hard it was to train yourself to not say that word? Like, it was hard. It wasn't really meant to. Yeah, nobody ever said it to mean those kids. It was being said to mean, kids who were being dumbasses.
Right.
You never called it to the kid who actually had a problem.
No, you don't. No, that's why I'm like,
most of us did, and I'm sure somebody did.
I think I may have. No, I didn't. But this guy that I dated did. Sorry, I have to take it back. It wasn't me. It was not me. But we were at the mall, and I was with an ex-boyfriend, and he ended up calling somebody with special needs that and out loud, and I was like, "You're an asshole!"
Yeah, it's one of those show-stopping moments where everything goes
right.
That's why how unusual mall. It was.
Right, we were at 12 Oaks in Novi, and like the whole fucking place just stopped. And I'm like, Christ, Brent, seriously? Like, did you just do that, you dumbass? Fuck. All right. Good thing we're drunk. Just let me put the fur coat back on and the sunglasses, and we're good. I'll go back into what did they call me?
Chanel disguise? Or?
Well, this is when I hung out with my friend Scott all the time. So this was pre-meeting me. But anytime I would hang out with Scott, he had this like fantastical fur coat that was just, I loved it. And anytime I put it on, I had my Manson boots on. I'd make sure that I had like shorts on, and I would button it up. So it would make me look like I didn't have clothes on, just the fur coat.
Oh,
and then we'd walk around in it, and we would all be drunk, and Scott worked for Chrysler at the time, and he was actually on the floor, so he had like tons of safety goggles and stuff from his work, and we'd occasionally like put those on, or sunglasses, and just go walking around the mall like a bunch of retards. Sorry. We were the retards. I think we even tried to walk to Florida one night, and we got like 2 blocks away, and we were like, all right, we're just going to call it quits and just pass out right there. Oh, yeah. Yeah. He had a Halloween party. That's where it started, is because he had a Halloween party, and I went as Marilyn Manson. And that's why I got to wear the coat, and that's where I was like, okay, I'm never taking this thing off again. Like, I feel too pretty. I can be Marilyn Manson's alter ego. All right. Whatever. I know, actually, that was after. I think we had to have already met, and I've already known you because you're the one that got me into listening to Manson, so...
Yeah, I wasn't going to correct your timeline for you.
Right, let me figure it out here for you. I got it all straightened out. Yeah, I did it on my own. Thanks.
I think you guys were like 2-3 months out of high school when I met you.
Yeah, yep, that's right. So this
right
was
after
way
the
after.
Summer.
Yeah, this was probably like after my mom passed away, because that's when I went off the deep end of drinking. So, and I just went bonkers. Oh, he had a Halloween party one night, though, on Halloween, and it happened to fall on a weekend. And he had this signature jungle juice that he would make. And let's just say that 2 cups, and you're gone. And even for me, at the back end, my tolerance was pretty goddamn high for alcohol. So that shit must have been strong-ass shit for 2 cups, and I was gone. And there was kids, like, we started drinking before everybody got to the party. So by the time everyone got there, we were already ready to fucking pass out. There was people coming to the house trick-or-treating. We were 3 sheets to the fucking wind. I'm like, this isn't smart. I'm dressed up as Marilyn Manson, fucking, hey, kids, you want the candy? Here's the candy. Let's not go to that house, Mom and Dad.
And then the cops show up. It's not good.
No, they didn't show up that night. I'm shocked that they didn't, but
that's even worse.
Yeah, I was definitely. Whoa, kid! I just had a kid almost fall into a. Sorry, kid. I had to stop the kid. He like made me make him this little bed next to the couch, and I've got like a candle melter thingy going. And that's all I need is for him to roll into the table that's supporting that, and the hot wax fall on him.
Yeah, that wouldn't be good.
Yeah.
No, it's already happened to him. He did that like 2 years ago. He went to go do a freaking like headstand on the couch, and he flipped over too much, and it hit it. And he got wax all over his leg. He was like, "It's an emergency. Get it off." Like, oh no, Jason, God damn you. Crazy little.
Poor little guy.
I know. It's always something with these two. Or me. Blown up like a red Oompa Loompa.
Yeah, that's no fun.
No. No good. No good. That was not fun. That was not one ride that I wanted to take. Or multiple rides, as I should say. Wow, kids. We went past our time tonight.
Oh, yeah.
That's all right.
I know,
Sometimes it happens.
it's more for them to hear.
But we can wrap it up because it's a quarter after. You did pretty good.
I know. Look at
Not
that.
bad, hey?
Well, make sure you guys tune in next week. The Devil's Night Show next Friday, 9 p.m. Thanks for listening. Peace out.
Good night.